Hi, I'm Mackenzie Sorich, founder of View Ridge Family Law and Estate Planning. Did you know that in Washington State, if you move in with a dating partner, you might be creating a legally binding relationship called a committed intimate relationship? We call them a CIR for short. In Washington, we do not have common law marriage, but this is similar in that you are creating community property, community debt, if you're entering one of these relationships. So if you are about to move in with somebody, or maybe you have already, and you need to figure out what your legal obligations are and the financial implications of that decision, I'm here to give you a little bit of education and information for you to consider what goes into a committed intimate relationship and whether or not that's something you want to define with your partner and come up with a contract and some boundaries for what this relationship is going to look like in the future. So there are 5 elements to consider when we're deciphering whether or not a committed intimate relationship exists. Number 1 is the continuity of cohabitation. Whether or not there was interruptions in the cohabitation is a key element. Number 2, the duration of the relationship. The longer the relationship, the more likely there is a committed intimate relationship. Number 3, the purpose of the relationship. Having children together is a strong factor. Number 4, the pooling of resources and services for joint projects, like buying a house together. And number 5, the intent of the parties. So if the parties got together both thinking we're going to have a long-term partnership, then that's a strong indicator that there is a CIR, committed intimate relationship. When a committed intimate relationship comes to an end, it can be resolved through court and litigation. It can be resolved on its own as a standalone matter, or it can be combined with other issues that the family might be dealing with, like establishing a parenting plan or child support or custody, or even as a part of a divorce. Sometimes people want to argue that the committed intimate relationship started prior to marriage, and all the period that the couple was living together should be considered as we divide assets and debts. So next, it's important to understand how a committed intimate relationship is different from a divorce process and some of the limitations that we see with CIRs. Number 1, no maintenance or alimony can be awarded if we're just dealing with a CIR. Number 2, no attorney fees can be awarded, again, if we're just dealing with a CIR. Number 3, the court cannot award the separate property of one of the partners to the other partner. And then finally, there is a statute of limitations that CIR action needs to be pursued within 3 years of the relationship ending. Otherwise, you're out of luck. Navigating committed intimate relationships can be a tricky process no matter where you're at in the process. If you're just moving in, have that conversation and get on the same page with your partner. If you already have established a committed intimate relationship, it's not too late. You can still work through these discussions with your partner and come to the same page. With the help of an experienced attorney, you can create a cohabitation agreement to make sure everybody is clear about how resources are going to be utilized. If you need help with this process, just give us a call.